Hello, good afternoon, everyone out there in video land. Is it video? Did we say video?
FCAR land.
FCAR land. FCAR land. I like that. Tony Checchia here with our illustrious AE Hugh Gordon. We're going to have a little fun today. This is the beginning of our centennial year celebration at the Frederick County Association of Realtors. And so I thought this year it would be great to take a step back in time and test our memories, share some stories, and invite our members to do the same. So I'm going to start today by setting some parameters of what we're looking for. First of all, when did you join FCAR? Myself, it was October of 1989. Gasp. Coincidentally, ironically, whatever you want to say, my first gig in real estate was right here in this very location where our FCAR office is. I affiliated with Long & Foster Realtors, and so my real estate career began here at 478 Prospect Boulevard. One of my favorite moments in the history of my being a member of FCAR is when I got my first Bright MLS, now Bright MLS, then book. This was our MLS system back in the day, as they say. This book is dated December 1990, my name on it. And what's special about this book is this is the first book. We used to get these. Do you remember, Hugh?
Absolutely.
Were they like every other week?
Every other week.
Every other week.
Yep.
And this came from the FCAR office, which at the time was located at 529 West South Street. And I remember it was like Christmas. It was like, Christmas, whenever these books would show up, they would literally come in the door in boxes, and we would all rush to get them because this was our MLS. And what's cool about this one is it's got 3 of my first listings. So, you're probably not going to be able to see these, but they're literally thumbnail, black and white thumbnails. It had every property listed, active listings, under contract, and this was our MLS system. So one of my favorite moments was the day that I first got my first listings put into the book in December of 1990. And then I want to share a quick story with you. And Hugh, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Linda Alexander?
Of course.
Linda Alexander. Linda was somewhere between 60 and 110 years old, right? Back then.
Yeah.
I had no idea how old she was. True story. I'm sitting literally where we are right now doing floor duty on a Saturday morning. Floor duty was when we would have 2-hour shifts and we would answer the phones, and that's how we would get our leads. And I'm looking out, and it's snowing, and around the corner comes Linda. And you remember the car she drove? It was like a 2-block long Cadillac, like one of those tank black Cadillacs that was literally 2 blocks long. And she whips around the corner, and she has a tree wedged between her bumper and the back of her car, hanging off the back of her car. And I like to exaggerate, but I'm not kidding you. Literally a tree, not a twig, a tree. And so I'm looking, and she whips around, and then she backs up straight at this window right here. I dove under the desk because I didn't think she was going to stop. I mean, she had a tree hanging from the back of her car. God knows what she was going to do. So she gets out and she comes in, and I get up from behind the desk, and I said, "Hi, Linda, good to see you. How's the weather out there?" "Oh, it's snowing. It's so bad." And I said, "Do you realize you have a tree stuck from the back of your car?" And she says, "Oh, that's what that noise was." And I said, "Linda, what happened?" And she said, "Well, I slid down out of my driveway." She lived in Hillcrest at the time off of McCain Drive, like literally halfway out of the Golden Mile. Slid down off of Orchard Drive across the street and hooked one of the street trees into her car, ripped it up, and drove the whole way to our office with this tree. But that's not the funny part of the story, right? I mean, it's funny. So after we're talking and I'm asking her and she tells me this, she looks at me straight-faced. "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Tony Checchia." And she says, "Well, how long have you been here?" And I said, I don't know, like an hour, whatever. She said, no, here at Long and Foster. How long have you been here? And at the time, it was close to a year. And I said, yeah, about a year. And she said, oh, okay, I'll learn your name now. And she leaves and she goes to the back. Anyway, needless to say, Linda was a character. She was a sweet, sweet lady. And I've had a tremendous amount of funny and memorable moments, not only in my real estate career, but in my affiliation with FCAR. So we want to invite you, the members, to do what I just did. You can either do this via email. You can send Joe an email. He's already put something in the FCAR newsletter. You can text him some comments.
If you have a Google Drive, post it to your Google Drive and share it to Joe.
Create your own video and yeah, share it out through your Google Drive. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to share the stories that we all have, the memorable moments. And this is not just for the senior members like myself. We really want to hear from everyone. So yeah, I think it's going to be really cool to hear the contrasting stories. Needless to say, we don't operate this way anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell a story, but I'm so much younger than you, Tony.
Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, Hugh. Step up. What you got?
Honestly, don't have
How
it.
long have you been with FCAR?
Actually, I think I joined back in 1991, so shortly after you, but I was on the affiliate side.
Right.
I was a loan officer.
And
So-
has that changed, that dynamic with the affiliates and FCAR changed at all in the 30-some years that you've been?
I don't think at all. And
You're still underappreciated, and we still, like Kevin says, you're still the ATM for FCAR. No, it's not true. And when did you start as AE for FCAR?
started in July of 2018. I've been here almost for four years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a baby.
Yep. But lots of years in real estate. Just never had the opportunity to sell real estate. So I don't have any of the good stories.
None of the good stories?
No. But we encourage them.
Yeah, I think we're going to have fun with this. I think there's going to be a lot of good stories, and I mean, for me, they're endless. The Linda story, though, I tell that story often, and the two parts of it: the fact that she drove all the way from the Golden Mile with a tree hanging out of her car, but then when she said, "What's your name and who are you?" Okay, now I'll learn who you are. I thought that was a hoot. Well, that's all we have for today. This is our first installment of hopefully many. It is our centennial. Be great to have 100 of these, huh, Joe? He says with a wink and a nod. Joe would love to be able to share your stories, and please take the time to do that. We want to hear from you. We are who you are. Thank you for tuning in today, and look forward to hearing all the great stories about your engagement and involvement with FCAR over the past however long you've been a member.